This is Dave Butcher, and this is my new guitar, NEXUS, or to be more precise, NEXUS FL. Why FL? Because it stands for Foxy Lady. Why? Because it's definitely a lady, and I reckon it's pretty foxy. Okay, I'll take you briefly over this guitar. It has a 5-position selector here. In position 1, we get this pickup, which is the GFX mini humbucker. If we go to position 3, we get this Rio Grande single coil. So that kind of Strat sound. Also great for Dave Gilmour impressions. Then if I go to 5, we get the Seymour Duncan JB Jr., which I love to use in a jazz position, neck position, and we get this kind of tone. We have a tremolo arm, but with a special copper sustain block underneath, ordered from America. Position 5 incorporates the Seymour Duncan outer coil and the Rio Grande reverse phase wound as a humbucker. You get a kind of thinner, clearer humbucking sound. Also sounds cool for some rock. If I go to position 2, engages the near bridge coil of the GFS. GFS means guitar fetish. And I like these mini humbuckers because they're 2-coil, which enables different wiring options. As a humbucker with the reverse phase Rio Grande, and sometimes that gives a kind of retro jazz sound. The guitar has a basswood heart, and it is capped by spalted maple and reverse capped on the back, that's the right word for it, with more spalted maple. you get a nice kind of design. It was a hell job to get this material cut up in thin slices here in Turkey, but it was worth it. This binding comes from a UK company, and this is my idea, this kind of tortoiseshell binding all around the edges and on the headstock too. The fingerboard is ebony, comes from Stumac in America. I wanted a kind of snappy sound of ebony. The inlays are Chinese, and they, as you can see, they're the shark fin design, but sort of in keeping with the character of the original kind of Firebird inspiration. Everything is upside down, back to front and reverse. So there we have. On the subject of Firebirds, this is obviously based or inspired by maybe my 70s dreams of owning a Firebird, but it's slightly different insofar that the peripheral dimensions are a little bit larger than a Firebird, plus it is arched, but it is linear arched. This means that instead of like a Gibson being arched this way, it is arched from back to front. Plus it has the chamfered edging and different kind of control layout, which is my idea. The controls go easily here. This one for pickup 3. Okay, this one for pickup 2. And down here, position 1 for pickup 1. Okay, so that's basically it, but I found it rather sensible in that the controls are always easily reachable to your fingers. It seems quite logical now, even though it was a bit kind of radical at first. The tuners are Canadian, and they're kind of gold-plated, reverse. It's very self-locking tuners, very hard to get that kind of a tuner. So anyway, it was all mainly through eBay. So that sounds okay, or if this video comes out okay, I'll record some this guitar with a distorted sound too, because that's one of its other voices.